Maybe you didn't hear me. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you guys are all doing good. Listen, Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox, two fun things. We all have a good time with it. For me personally, I'm having probably the best time I've had on YouTube in a long time. Mainly because there's kind of no craps given, so to speak. If you think about it, I used to really just kind of stick to myself and just let people say and kind of do what they wanted to against me, and now all that kind of stuff is gone. So it's just a rebuilding process, and there's literally no reason for me not to kind of stake my claim and to respond to a lot of the things that are going on, especially with the way that I do things, entertainment and jokes, and that's what you guys like to see. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. But this is something that I feel like so many gamers kind of harass and hound Sony on this particular aspect, and for them to kind of strike back and be like, hey, you know what, we do have something that we are working on, and it's going to be absolutely incredible, and we've got like our top talent on it. I think this is going to really go a long way in getting people to kind of respect PlayStation even more. And obviously, if there wasn't already such a huge lead, PlayStation would probably even go even further, because this is exactly what you like to see. Conversely, on the Xbox side, it seems like those guys aren't really doing much in terms of like big AAA single player kind of going out of their wheelhouse type of situation for whatever reason, and that does kind of suck. I do wish that they would kind of get out of their wheelhouse a little bit and try something. They've got what we can imagine is some talented studios, but why aren't those studios actually going out there and doing something that's a little bit out of the norm? You have Game Pass and things like that, so you don't have to sell 1 million copies. But, I digress. I want to get into this because it's going to be great. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Crapgamer with another video. Slap that like button. Slap it. Slap yourself. Slap your mama. Slap everybody. Slap it. Slap it now. Come on, don't super chat me. Hit me with the super chat. I need that super chat. Slap that super chat for me. Slap it. Okay, so anyway, this is pretty interesting stuff because Naughty Dog is known for their incredible world-renowned single-player games. In my opinion, Naughty Dog is the #1 developer on the planet Earth, and I think a lot of people would probably agree with that. People maybe would put them in, a situation with Rockstar as 1A and 1B, but what the hell has Rockstar really done lately? I mean, they did Red Dead 2, which was really good years ago, but then you look at something like The Last of Us 2, absolutely fantastic. People want to know what's coming next for Sony's top-tier studio, and I tell you what, we've got a really good idea what's coming because this has just come out, and what a time for this to come out. Naughty Dog currently hiring for the studio's first standalone multiplayer game. New job ad has kind of leaked and revealed that, so some new ads actually are reported for a gameplay scripter and level designer that will help the studio adopt the story-driven experience it's known for into a multiplayer game, and this is exactly what they say. We're seeking to bring the same level of ambition and quality of our signature story-driven games to this unique multiplayer project. This is a rare opportunity to make an impact in your discipline and craft an experience that will be enjoyed and shared by millions of players around the world. So that sounds pretty interesting to me. Probably right off the bat you're thinking, ooh, this has got to be factions, and you know what? You don't know everything, but you would be pretty correct in this assumption. So obviously, with The Last of Us Part 2, delayed factions multiplayer mode having been kind of put to the wayside with no news on it, it's quite likely that the project itself has been turned into a standalone game, which makes a lot of sense, as Naughty Dog is now hiring. However, it seems like this new multiplayer game may still be in the early development stages, so it may take some time to hear something about it, which I don't know, because, what's so weird about this is, even before, I think maybe a year and a half before The Last of Us 2 actually released, they sort of went out there and they mentioned and confirmed that factions would still be a thing. So it is a little bit odd to me that this has to even be a thing where they're like, oh, well, factions is, still confirmed. Factions is still coming. For me personally, I think this is a really good piece of news because everybody's always asking, well, why can't Sony do a multiplayer game? Why can't Sony do a multiplayer game? And to be fair, so far, some of the multiplayer games that they've done were like, lower budget stuff. They did like the Predator game, which was kind of bad. They did Destruction All-Stars, which really lacked content. So they really haven't had a ton of games in that realm. Obviously Factions was a huge success with the first game, and like even the Uncharted 4 multiplayer had quite a bit of love for it, and is still pretty active today. But anyway, The Last of Us Part 2, obviously Naughty Dog's latest game, is the game one of the best PlayStation exclusives ever released, and obviously everybody loved it, of course, unless you were some kind of a mutant that didn't. I know there was probably some people out there who genuinely didn't like it, but a lot of people had made up their mind when some of the initial leaks came out, and just were ready to hate regardless. So I'm glad to see that it's a very good situation where they are working on that, and probably doing pitching their other games as well. Clearly people want to see what they could do on the PlayStation 5, which I think makes a lot of sense because we have these very powerful consoles. And the thing is, and I know I probably mentioned this multiple times now, for me, as I just turned 39, I look at these things that are off in the distance now, and I'm like, I'm going to be in my mid-40s by the time this crap comes out, you know what I mean? So when I was younger, man, it didn't really matter, but now it's just like, waiting for games just isn't fun. It isn't something that I want to do. I want to play games when I want to play them. And the fact of the matter is, it's always a very strange situation, and just seeing all this kind of stuff happen the way that it happens, I find it to be very interesting, and just a kind of a fun environment to see the way that fans and the way that everybody's kind of reacting to this news. Again, Naughty Dog, obviously Sony's big top designer, out there doing amazing things, out there kind of just doing incredible things with single player, and now they're going to put that into multiplayer, and that's a very dangerous thing if you're some of these other companies like Microsoft, in my opinion anyway. Like if you're Microsoft, you didn't really have to worry about some hobo company coming out there and doing something, but now that you've got like Naughty Dog on the case, you just kind of have to go, oh man, I hope that that this isn't huge, because it could really draw away from what you're trying to do. Obviously there's always going to be people that are going to gravitate towards one thing or another. Myself personally, I absolutely love single player games now, whereas when I was much younger, multiplayer games were top of the top for me. But we're basically a few days away from E3 now. We're going to see what Microsoft has. Supposedly at the end of the month, we'll get a good indication on what on what Sony has, because they're supposed to be doing something, and we'll see exactly how this kind of works out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure that you guys are all looking forward to it and excited about it as well. Let me know what you think, because I'm very curious about this. This is a very strange thing. Like, if you're a PlayStation fan, how do you feel about this, right? You might not like this idea. Like, for me personally, I have mixed emotions, because I thought Factions was pretty good, but at the same time, do you really want PlayStation's top team, the top developer in the world, working on multiplayer games when their biggest and best forte is, single-player, story-driven narrative games? I get why they would do that, maybe tackle new challenges. I just find it hard to believe that this game would be that far out to begin with. So yeah, we'll have to see exactly what happens and exactly what kind of works there for them. But yeah, very fun times, very interesting times. We don't have to wait too much longer to get some answers, but again, I think E3 usually leaves us with more questions than answers. At the end of the day, I'm going to link this in the description below, like always, and you fine folks are going to be able to go out there and slap that like button while you're at it. Listen, it's me, Crap Gaming, and what are you talking about, Crap? It's me, Crap Gaming. We love Xbox here. We're the real deal Xbox fans. Yeah, sure. Two of us don't even play on Xbox. We're PC gamers, and even though we're an Xbox podcast, we'll talk about PlayStation to take off the fact that 642 days has passed since an Xbox AAA exclusive. Yeah, that's what we do when we talking about the real deal, folks. And we slap those like buttons. My mama taught me, slap those like buttons. It's me, Crap Dealer Eastwood Gaming. Yeah, that's me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Slap us all. Slap me, Larry Curly Moe. Slap your mama. Crap Gamer out.